All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today's video is a video that I've been waiting to make for a very long time now. And I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for a video like this for a long time as well. We get to enjoy talking about the selling off of Kotaku and the shutting down of Go Media, a company that has been dying slowly but surely, a company that their activists, they write articles for them, have been trying to convince everyone is not happening. Go Media has been completely dying off for a while now, ever since around 2023, which we're going to go over in this little bit of a timeline we have in this video. But Kotaku has been sold off yet again, by the way, to an entirely different company called Kaliops or something like that. I don't know if I'm saying their name properly, but to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter because Kaliops, or however you say this, is going to sell off Kotaku sometime down the line again, because that just seems to be what happens with Kotaku. Somehow, some way, this company is continuing to avoid bankruptcy by being sold off to other people who swear they could turn it around and make it into something. This is like the second or third time now that Kotaku is trying to be something that it's always supposed to be, and yet we all know what's going to happen. So let's check this out. So if you look at this timeline here, we're going to see a little bit of an event timeline for Go Media publication sales. Back in March 13th of 2023, Lifehacker to Ziff Davis. This is a sale that happened. November 29th, 2023, Jezebel and Splinter to Paste Media. On March 11, 2024, Deadspin was sold to Lineup Publishing, which, by the way, Deadspin, I was so happy when they got sold off because Deadspin was a complete trash website. It still is. Then we got March 26, 2024, the AV Club to Paste Media and the Takeout to Static Media. And then on April 25th of 2024, the Onion to Global Tetrahedron. I don't know how to say that word. And then on June 4th, this was a big one. They sold Gizmodo to the same company that they just sold Kotaku to, which is Kaliops, or however you say their name. And then Jalopnik was sold to Static Media on October 21st, 2024. And then on April 4th, they sold Quartz and the inventory to Red Brick. And then officially today, on July 2nd of 2025, they sold Kotaku to Kaliops as well. Now, you're probably asking, who the hell are these people? Well, apparently, they are a European media company that acquired Gizmodo about a year ago. And why does this matter? Well, the sale leaves Go Media with only one remaining property. And that property, ironically, is the Black culture site called The Root, which I've never even seen before, by the way, marking the near complete unraveling of its once broad portfolio. So once they sell The Root, which they're going to be selling it, once they sell it, Go Media is dead. Officially. Go Media is completely dead and gone after they sell The Root. Kotaku was one of the last ones that they were trying to sell. You want to know why? Because Kotaku was one of the last ones that barely nobody wanted to buy. Apparently, Kotaku was bought in an all-cash deal by Kaliops, and they're not saying how much they bought it for. You want to know why? Because I guarantee you, Kotaku sold for almost nothing. Almost nothing, right? Kotaku has only a couple of people working there at this point. I think you can count them on less than one hand, I'm pretty sure, at this point. So Kotaku's editorial staff is going to remain, and Kaliops plans to hire more senior talent, echoing its approach with Gizmodo, CEO Gene told Axios. Now, here's the thing. Gizmodo hasn't been doing anything special either since it was purchased. Gizmodo hasn't done anything special since it was purchased. It's still doing the same exact thing as it was doing before it got purchased. These websites don't make any money. They make zero money. And Kaliops probably thinks that they could take Kotaku, buy it for cheap, and turn it into something. But let's be real. All it is going to be more activism. All they did was find a way to subsidize their activism more now than ever. That is it. Kotaku should be dead. Kotaku absolutely should have been dead for years now. But somehow, some way, I don't know if they just view this as the, I don't even know what to even call it, the last bastion of gaming journalism. I really don't know. But Kotaku, for some reason, is like a cat, man. It's got 9 lives. It continues to escape death every chance it gets and continues to push its activism over and over and over again. It's insane. But anyway, Chris decided to comment to share the purchase price of the all-cash deal. He said in the short term, he had no immediate strategy shifts as he hadn't yet met with Kotaku's editor-in-chief. Says, I like to trust people, and I know that people in this industry have really good ambitions. The market is really challenging, but I know they want to do their best. Oh, yeah, they want to do their best, all right. Their best is ensuring that trans kids continue to exist. Their best is ensuring they attack gamers every single chance they get. Their best is ensuring that they call bigots, people bigots, transphobes, sexists, misogynists, and all kinds of homophobes. That's them at their best. That's what they view themselves at their best anyway. Geo Media CEO Jim Spanfeller told Axios in an email, "We are very happy that we were able to find a great home for Kotaku and its entire staff. We wish the team and Kellops only the best." You know, you just know that Jim Spanfeller was happy as a pig in shit when he wrote this particular email. He was like, yeah, he tried to sound so calm while he was writing this email. He's trying to be like, yeah, we're very happy for the team, and we wish him nothing for the best. And the moment he hit send, I guarantee you he popped the bottle, and he's like, I'm so glad to get rid of those fucking psychos. I'm so glad to get rid of those absolute psychopaths over at Kotaku that we had to subsidize every single month over and over and over and over again. I'm sure he was excited to do that. This move is part of Switzerland-based company's broader plan to build a tech-focused media portfolio and grow more in the United States. It's so interesting that they chose to purchase Kotaku as a means to grow in the United States. How exactly is that going to be a thing? Kotaku barely gets more hits than I do per month in views. Their monthly hits are extremely low. They are in the low millions. That is how pathetic Kotaku is as a website. This is a website that used to get dozens of millions of clicks every single month. We're talking 20 million clicks, 30 million clicks. They're down to like 1 to 2 million clicks. It's pathetic. So how exactly is this going to help you grow in the United States is beyond me, to be honest with you. But I guess it must have been so cheap that it really was one of those things where you really can't say no at that point. People might think it's a psyop. People might think it's some other, conspiracy theory or idea they might have. But at the end of the day, man, you're really going to have zero influence buying Kotaku in the U.S. There's nothing Kotaku can say that people take serious in the U.S. People roast Kotaku. That's what they take them serious for. People take their articles and laugh at them because it's a joke. It's a massive joke. The company's a complete joke. The company hasn't made money for years. Why would anybody take them seriously? But in any case, they launched in 2014 and acquired 4 French media brands: O1net, Journal du Geek, Presse Citron, and iPhone. It's privately held and profitable. Cleese said that he could have acquired Kotaku alongside Gizmodo, but waited to gain confidence in the business model and U.S. market. Oh, so damn. So Gizmodo was looked at as more valuable than Kotaku back when they bought Gizmodo, and they wanted to hold off on buying Kotaku until they pretty much got it for really cheap. That's basically where we're at here. Kellops U.S. monthly audience is up 100% compared to last June, and Gizmodo's total audience has grown 400%. I don't believe that. I need to see some real numbers here. I'm all for believing it, but I need to see some hardcore evidence, not just, oh, the CEO says so it's real. But it generates more than half of its revenue from affiliate deals with partners like Amazon, Apple, and Samsung. The rest comes from display ads and branded content. Bro, I guarantee you the display ads do not make up any sort of revenue for them. I guarantee you there's no way. Like, we need to see some hardcore numbers. And I want you guys to keep in mind too, when CEOs talk like this, oh, we grew by 100%, we grew by 400%. The reason why they say those numbers is because it sounds better, right? It sounds nice. When someone says, yeah, we grew by 400%, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, that's a lot. But what happens if that 400% was based off a number of like 100,000 clicks? Did it really grow that much? Did you really have that massive explosion of people? Probably not. We expect Gizmodo to grow even bigger this year and then next year as well, Clay said. That's why we wanted to double down on the U.S. and make another significant acquisition. With the Gizmodo acquisition, Kellops opened a U.S. office in New York. Oh, my God, no. Back to the office. My God, dude, this is insane. How much you want to bet they bought the physical location Kotaku had in New York? Do you guys remember that Kotaku used to see pictures from certain urinalists that would post over from offices in Kotaku in New York. I guarantee you, Kellogg's bought the office in New York, and they're going to use that office, which is why they say they opened a U.S. office in New York. It's always New York, bro. And began navigating the new market, Klein said. One new area was negotiated with Writers Guild of America East for Gizmodo's new contract, which included AI protections. Bro, this is unbelievable. So at this point, Kotaku has been sold again. The gist of this story is that Kotaku has been sold again. This is like multiple times now. Kotaku has been sold. This company somehow, some way continues to avoid going bankrupt and closing down. But the simple truth is that a lot of these media websites are being bought out until eventually there's only a couple of major conglomerates left, and that's it. It used to be a massive spread of websites, but now they're all basically working under just a couple of umbrellas. And Kotaku is now joining yet another umbrella, similar to Geo Media when Geo Media bought them. Kotaku is joining yet another umbrella, and now Kotaku gets to push their activism until that umbrella eventually wants to either sell them off or dies on their own. Either or, we'll see what happens in the future. But I will say this, by Kotaku being sold by Geo Media, this is proof that Kotaku, as it is right now, was not profitable, is not profitable, and was losing Geo Media a lot of money to the point where they had to sell them. And this is something we've been saying for the longest time. That was denied by many journalists out there. It was denied by many activists out there. They all tried to pretend like Kotaku was doing just fine. They were the meme dog. They were the meme dog surrounded by fire. And meanwhile, the fire came in, burned them alive. And now, right before they died, they got bought out and saved. It's just another amazing story to tell in Kotaku's troubled history. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think about Kotaku being sold yet again? Is this just putting a band-aid on the ultimate problem, which is the people that work there? Because apparently what they're going to be doing over at Kellogg's is they're going to be hiring more staff. Yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. They're going to be hiring more staff at Kotaku. They're going to be hiring senior management at Kotaku. They're going to be hiring more people with a company that can't even support the people that it has there now. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that subscribe button. And I will see you guys on the next one.